Well, to begin with, there was a time when the chronological resume was the format of choice. You listed your job and then you had some bullet points under that job listing of the things you did during that tenure in that job. If you were in the same career for most of your life, much of those bullet points are redundant, number one, and it's just repetitive for an employer to have to continually read that. Now, pertinent information is still there. However, you cannot do a 5 or 8 minute visual scan and get the information. They're less concerned with where you worked, as long as you have continuity of employment, than what you did in your jobs, what you know in your jobs, what you've learned, what you can bring to them. Employers do not hire people. And the average candidate really thinks that they're going to hire them. They're not going to hire them. They're going to hire the solutions they provide. So a resume, you must never use the word I. I use it once, maybe in the summary section. But you can't talk about you. You have to talk about the services and the skills you provide that will solve their needs. If there's a vacancy, they need solutions. Somebody, the skills that are required in that job title have to be tended to. Those are their needs, and the candidate that best solves their needs is the candidate that's probably going to get the offer of employment. It begins with looking at the resume. Now, there have been experts, and when I say experts, I'm probably talking about vice presidents of human resources for major corporations, that say that you should actually write a new resume for every job posting. Well, I can do that for me. Certainly, I have the experience to do that. Would I want to? I don't think it's a good use of time. But the average person can't do that. What we try to do at the Resume Store is create a document that meets 60 to maybe 70% of the average sought-for responsibilities and duties that you'll find in a job posting for a particular job title. When a candidate comes to us, sometimes they bring nothing. Sometimes they bring an old resume. We use what they bring to some degree, but we actually start from scratch. We research their job title, and we submit a series of drafts. It could take 1 draft or 30 drafts, but we bring our customer into the process. The job seeker has to be part of this resume building process. We may put more into the resume than the candidate actually knows or has experience with. It is important for that candidate to review the first draft and respond with changes, modifications, even taking out or adding parts of sentences, changing words. The candidate may know more than I what some of the keywords in his particular career is. And one case might be that where I use productivity and he's using a different word that fits that industry. And this is the process, so that when, even if it's 5, 6, some of them have been as many as 10 drafts. If there's no urgency for a job application or a particular interview, we could have 7 or 8 drafts over a period of time in which we just customize this particular resume to that person. And another person who has the same job title that may come to me for a resume, the resume could look very different because it fits that person's skill set as opposed to person A's skill set.